You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another anime review. That's right, we finally got another one, and it's finally another Go Nagai one. This one's just a one-shot OVA, which I've had the VHS of for a long time, but it is actually on YouTube, which is how I ended up watching it, so I didn't have to hook up the VCR this time. That's Go Nagai's Delinquent in Drag, also known as Sukeban Boy or Oira Sukeban. Now, if you don't know what sukeban is, it's basically like a girl thug thing. It's a pretty prevalent thing in like 80s anime and manga. Go Nagai himself has had it in quite a bit of his works. I mean, now Jiro's gender-swapped Naoko in Cutie Honey is literally named Naoko Sukeban because of that. Not to mention there's the whole series of Sukeban Deka. It's a pretty big cultural thing, so that's what it is, though, is like girl thugs. So there you go. So this is an OVA that starts out with a family fighting and destroying a city because the son got expelled from school. His name is Banji. Banji Suke. So Banji Suke. Suke Banji. It's a play on Sukeban. He calls himself Banko when he's in drag. So Suke Banko. And then he literally has them call him Sukeban for short. So really on the nose with the naming there. But anyway, the whole family's fighting, and they end up destroying the town that they were in and getting kicked out. And when they move to the new town, they enroll him in school as a chick, which was really funny because, like, I think it was unintentional, because the dad wanted to, like, fight the clerk when she gave him the female school uniform and stuff for his son, but I guess he didn't want to get in trouble and get kicked out of another town, so he just kind of accepted it and walked away when the clerk shut the window. And then he also finds it humorous when he sends his son to school with this female outfit. So he goes to school with this girl's uniform, and so obviously everyone thinks he's a girl. And I thought it was like an all-girls school or something, but no, I guess that's not the case. That was just my preconception before having watched it. Obviously, I knew that before going in and watching it, but that's just because prior to this, I actually did the voice of the character Rentan in Chisu's abridged version of this OVA. I did see his abridged one before I watched this one. But anyway, at first he's obviously upset that he's got this dress and stuff because his dad lies to him and says, "Oh, everyone must wear that at school." And then when he sees no, he's actually wearing a girl's uniform and he's in the class being introduced as a chick, he's initially thinking about saying, "No, I'm not," but then he thinks everyone will think he's a pervert. And then he'll beat them up and get kicked out and they'll have to move again. So he just kind of accepts it, but also begins to kind of take advantage of the fact that they think he's a chick so he can get close to the girls and be kind of a pervert. Because it is Go Nagai, so naturally there's some of that going on. Also, his mom has like a really weird dynamic with him where she's clearly like into him. And there's some weird stuff with that. Also, like, his parents had him really young, so his mom's only 11 years older than him, so that's pretty concerning. Anyway, he goes to the school, which has this gang of girl thugs, sukebans, that fight him, and the chicks literally have a gang called the Pantyhose Brigade, and he ends up beating these Pantyhose Brigade in a fight, and then refuses to join them, and so then everyone in the school wants to, like, fight him. Again, all of them think that he's a chick. And so they all just want to fight him because I guess that, like, the leader of the Pantyhose Brigade, like, put a bounty on him. Also, there's this principal character who's constantly watching the fights and seems kind of sinister, so I'm willing to bet in the manga she's probably the main villain or something. Also, he has this necklace that his mom gives him that's, like, clearly, like, Getter 1 from Getter Robo, but apparently that necklace is kind of important because, I guess it shows which family he's from and the principal recognizes it. Again, the significance isn't really fleshed out because it's just a single episode. Anyway, the whole school tries to fight him, and he ends up fighting this judo club member, who's the only member of the judo club because he's too strong, and hurt everybody who tried to join. And he has this spinning attack, this tornado attack, that he tries to use at the end, but ends up digging himself into the ground because they're fighting on the dirt. And so that's how the main character wins. And then the episode ends basically on that note, with his friend that he makes in class, this girl that he clearly, like, does all this stuff to be, like, perverted with. Like, again, trying to get close to her because, again, she thinks he's a guy. And so, like, she tries to say, "No, we should tell the teacher and not have another fight. Let's not have another day like this." And he's like, "Nah, it's fun." And, like, he just wants to keep fighting, I guess. As this is a Go Nagai anime, there is a shitload of cameos. I'm not even going to try to list all of them. But Demon Lord Dante's in there, now Jiro's in there, Alphon's in there, Pochi's in there. Like, a lot of them. There's a lot. There's a ton. It goes by so fast. Count Brocken shows up for 1 second to like, yell. It's weird, but most of them, you blink and you'll miss it, because they're there for, like, a frame. Mostly in crowd shots, it's, like, all cameos. Anyway, as for this OVA itself, it was funny. It was one of Go Nagai's gag comedy ones. So it's fun. Obviously, it's not, like, one of my favorite Go Nagai ones by any stretch. But it is a similar sense of humor. to things like Abashiri Family or Kekko Common, so it's kind of in line with that sort of thing. I quite enjoyed it. It was a fun little one-off. Can't fault it for that. Like I said, pretty solid OVA, very funny if you like that kind of Go Nagai stuff. I do think I need to give Hanape Bazooka another shot, because I'd probably like it more upon rewatch as well. Again, this is certainly no, you know, Devilman OVAs or Violence Jack OVAs or even the Abashiri Family OVAs. I'd put it maybe in a similar tier with Kekko Common. I'd say Kekko Common is better, but this is probably in, like, the same tier. But again, if you like Go Nagai, funny, stupid humor, then that's what this is. It's just a bunch of that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one. Toodles!
Subscribe to Fugitive Red Eye.